Hey guys, what's up? It's Blake here with Sustainable Gains. Today we're doing another simple series video and it's all about the V-taper. Alright, so what is the V-taper? Well, basically it's just the ratio of your shoulders to your waist. Looks like kind of an upside down triangle. And it's very important for aesthetics if you're into bodybuilding and kind of want to have that dominant, nice upper body that everyone's looking for, but still be slim in your midsection. And so it's kind of the cornerstone of a good physique, really. And I want to talk to you guys about kind of how you maximize that differential in a realistic way, because there's some people who are just going to have really tiny waists and really broad shoulders. They're just kind of genetically gifted in that way, and so it's basically naturally occurring for them. But then you have some people with slightly blockier midsections. So I kind of want to talk to you about how you can really achieve a good V-taper regardless of which body type you were born with. And so there's really a couple areas that you can focus on that will help highlight that differential. One is, of course, training your shoulders. If you have wider shoulders, even if you have a slightly wider waist, the ratio between the two will be better, essentially, if you just work on broadening your shoulders. I mean, you can have a 34-inch waist, but if you're walking around with massive deltoids, then you're still going to look like you have a nice V-taper. It's all about proportionality at that point. Okay, and so if you can't really cinch your waist, I mean, you can lose body fat, of course, but at a certain point you're dealing with bone, and so there's not a whole lot you can do. So really the main emphasis here is what kind of training techniques you can do to accentuate that V-taper visually. And so we already talked about shoulders, but specifically what we're talking about here is our side delts. So the deltoids are actually comprised of 3 different muscle groups: your front, all right, your side, or the lateral, I guess, and then your posterior, your rear delts. And so the ones that really are going to make the most difference in terms of broadening are going to be the side deltoids, the lateral ones. And so I'm going to do a separate video that really gets into the nuts and bolts and shows you guys how to actually train for this, but today I just want to talk to you conceptually. So we're talking about broadening the shoulders, but really I would say even arguably more important than that is working on the lats. Okay, lats are a really undertrained muscle group that is exceptionally important to overall physique, and especially working on this V-taper we've been talking about. And so training your lats can be kind of difficult because it's a muscle group that works in tandem with a lot of other ones. There's not a whole lot of isolation exercises you can really do for lats, but I definitely recommend working those into your routine. And then the last piece, which I think a lot of people probably overlook, is actually oblique training. So your obliques are basically your side abs, you can think of them. It's if your lats kind of run from behind the shoulder, down across the midsection, the obliques are really just down here, like the section from your waist kind of to the bottom of your lats, side abs. And a lot of people unfortunately shy away from training them because they think, oh, well, if I'm blocky down there already, I don't want to make the situation worse by, putting muscle and then fat over it. And guys, that's actually totally false. Now, granted, you don't want to be blasting your obliques every time you go into the gym, but training them is actually very important for the V-taper, because if you build a little more muscle in that area, and again, of course, you want to combine this with dropping your body fat percentage, you will actually visually make it look like it's more tapered, even though there might technically be slightly more mass there. And the reason for that is basically just the visual of the lines. So your abdominals hopefully will be showing, but then you also kind of want these lines to be coming down that then lead to your, it should all flow essentially, So you've got your lats out here, and then the oblique lines that kind of cut in on the side, and then your abs, and then finally the kind of focal point at your waist. And so really, takeaway message from this, the two that you really want to be training are your deltoids and your lats, and that will help the most with that V-taper. And of course, working with a good diet in to cut down on body fat percentage. So there you go, guys. That's just a quick video. I'm gonna need to cut this down, but get out there and make some sustainable gains.